Ringling Brothers Circus just announced that after 146 years of doing shows, they will no longer be doing the greatest show on earth starting later this year. They just announced this news to their employees last night after shows in, I believe, Miami. And to some people, this may seem like a tragedy, but to others, this is a huge victory. Now, Ringling Brothers, like I said, they've been in business for 146 years, doing shows, multiple shows all around the country. They just on tour constantly. And the problem with the Ringling Brothers Circus show is that they take exotic animals such as tigers, elephants, there's been donkeys, alpacas, and they make them travel all around the country. They enclose them in trailers, ship them on trains. When they get to the circus spot where they're performing that week or that month, they're chained to concrete pads. They're unable to move. They're not in their natural habitat. And then they're made to perform. They're whipped. They're treated like shit. And it's just not a good situation for the animals to be in. This is not their natural habitat. This is not what they were brought into this earth. This is not what they were put on this earth to do. It's pure torture. It's pretty much slavery at the root. But of course, they're animals. They can't talk, so they don't have a say. And they can't just say, I quit. I'm not doing this anymore. Fuck you. But we bat an eye at it because it's entertainment. It's entertainment for us. It's entertainment for our kids. So it's okay. Because these animals bring smiles to our faces when we see them. When we see the tigers in the cages and they're getting whipped and they're told what to do. When the elephants come trotting out, they're swaying. That's not natural. When the horses come running out, do circles, and then all the performers climbing on top of them, doing flips on top of them. How would you like it if you were that animal? How would you like it if you were meant to travel 10 miles a day on foot, but are constantly chained to a concrete pad? You can't even have a grassy area to stand. You're forced to live and forced to stand on concrete pads. It's not natural for these animals. So this is some of the best news that, as far as the vegan community, the animal rights, it's just really good news because the animals will no longer need to be tortured. Now, yes, there is still other circus companies out there like the Shriners who still use animals, and hopefully they will be next. But this is a start. This is really good news. And some people may have mixed feelings about this because the circus isn't all about the animals, and the acts that the animals are in are not the only acts in a circus. You still got the acrobats and the clowns and different, the tight wire act and whatnot that just the humans do that don't involve any animals. And this is the way that I think the circuses should reconfigure their shows too. And I think they would be just as successful and they can continue their shows on. But I think that the real reason that the circus, the Ringling Brothers, is going out of business and won't be doing any more shows is because people are starting to wake up. People are starting to realize the inhumanity, the torture that is going on, and the torture that these animals are being put through, and they're just not willing to pay the ticket price to attend these shows anymore. So maybe when we get back to the root of what a real circus is, which is the clowns, the acrobats, the tight wire acts, the guys in the motorcycles that go around in circles and the real mesh ball, maybe then we can have circuses again. But ending the Ringling Brothers Circus is a huge success because no longer do animals, the elephants, the tigers, the donkeys, the horses, no longer do they have to be put in pain. Hopefully they will find animal sanctuaries where these animals can retire and go and live the rest of their life the way that they were meant to live their life in the first place. So let me know what your thoughts are. Are you happy? Are you sad that after 146 years that Ringling Brothers will no longer be doing shows? Let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts are, what your opinions are. For me, I think it's a huge success. I visited the circus every year up until about 4 years ago. I would go with my family. But then I opened my eyes and, you know, right after I went vegan, I went to the circus and I realized that that whole show is fucked up. The way that they treat the animals, the way that the animals act, it's not natural. If you open your eyes, you will see it. So that's my 2 cents on this whole thing. It's great news, y'all. Breaking news, great news. So give this video a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down. I don't give a fuck. Share it with your mother, your brother, your sister, your best friend, your worst enemy. Share it in the motherfucking Facebook group. And remember, live for the animals. Speak for the voiceless. Share the love, spread the knowledge. Peace, y'all. Peace.